Desert A. I turned it on. Yeah, I always struggle with this thing. Do it twice, it's great. Please remain standing as the Desert AF JROTC Color Guard presents the colors, followed by the singing of our national anthem by Desert High School junior Mia Overson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Mia, and thank you to our Air Force JROT's Color Guard. Well done. You may all be seated, please. Good evening, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, and distinguished guests. Welcome to Desert High School's 69th graduation ceremony. Today, we honor and celebrate the accomplishments of the class of 2023. I'm Ed Campbell, the principal at Desert Junior Senior High School, and your presiding official for tonight's ceremony. At this time, I would ask you to please silence and/or turn off your cell phones. Videos and pictures may be taken throughout the ceremony, but please be mindful of those around you. For your convenience, the class of 2023 has contracted with Jules Renee Photos to take pictures of tonight's ceremony, so you can sit back and enjoy the events of the evening. Before we begin this ceremony, let's take a moment to recognize several distinguished guests that we have with us this evening. First, from the Muroc Joint Unified School District Board, our president, Mr. Matt Carter. And school board member, Evelyn Mizell. From our district office, Superintendent Kevin Cordes. Also from our district office, Trevor Walker, Cynthia Walker, Dr. David Elms, and a cast of thousands who are putting on this production for us tonight, both in this room and through the streaming in the other room. A few thank yous before we go any further. First of all, to the District Governing Board and the District Administration, thank you for your dedication and support to our school throughout the last year. It's been overwhelming and much appreciated. Thank you. I'd also like to thank our teachers and our staff. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do the things we do on a daily basis, which is educate our students. I'd also like to thank Master Sergeant Brooks and the Desert AF JROTC for their presentation of the colors. So let's talk about academic regalia, a subject everybody wants to get deep into. Academic regalia is a visible reminder that the process of intellectual pursuits is historic and honorable. This year, Desert has 7 students who have a 4.0 or higher. They are wearing white caps and gowns, and I would ask them to please stand when their name is called and hold your applause until I get them all standing. Cassidy Anderson. Never mind. Owen Kakal. Jasmine Davis. Asher Hughes. Braden Hawley. Cecilia Weary. And Caden White. Before they sit, let me say the following. Owen Kakal holds the highest GPA in our graduating class, and Elijah Akande, please stand, is recognized as our salutatorian for having the highest grade, just under 4.0. Graduates, you may be seated. But get ready, some of you are going to be standing again. Yeah, I got the script. I know who's standing. Membership in, membership in the school's chapter of the National Honor Society is based on 4 criteria: scholarship, leadership, service, and character. These graduates are wearing a gold stole. Please stand when I call your name. Owen Kakal. Jasmine Davis. Asher Hughes. Braden Hawley. Maria Laron. Derek Pangan. I practiced like 100 times. Derek. I practiced 100 times, and yeah, the 101st. Graduates, you may be. I'm sorry. Luisa Ramirez, please stand. Cecilia Weary. And Caden White. Please be seated. The school's chapter of California Scholarship Federation seeks to recognize students who possess high standards in academics. These graduates are wearing gold or gray stole. Please stand when I call your name. Owen Kakal. Jasmine Davis. Asher Hughes. Maria Laron. Braden Holly. Angelina Mendoza. Derek, man, I love you too much to do it to you again. Derek, please stand. I know when I'm beat. Cecilia Weary. And Caden White. Graduates, you may be seated. Yeah, don't worry, there's no more of that. And now, speaking on behalf of the senior class and welcoming you to tonight's ceremony is Leif Hansen, our senior class vice president. Leif.
Let's see. Hello and welcome to the class of 2023's graduation. As the class vice president, I'd like to, first off, thank all of you. Everyone who is here gathered in this theater or is watching from another room or from home, you all have had a hand in why the graduates are here today. You served as our mentors, our guidance, and as a driving force for us to succeed. Next, I would like to congratulate the class of 2023 for making it this far and for learning so much over these 4 years. Even though the road has been bumpy with COVID and online school eating up a lot of that time, you're still here with bright futures ahead. Now, I would like to introduce our first speaker of the evening, our class valedictorian and class president, Owen Kakal.
Excuse me. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Lee, for the fabulous introduction. You did a wonderful job not only serving as one of tonight's speakers, but also as senior class vice president this year. I must also thank the faculty of, not yet. I must also thank the faculty of Desert for setting up this grandiose ceremony for us. And I thank the guests here tonight for witnessing such an important event in our lives. Most importantly, I would like to congratulate the other graduates present here tonight for this proud achievement. As I know from personal experience, many of you have worked tirelessly to reach this point. Before I continue, I think introductions are in order for those who don't know me well. My name is Owen Kakal, and I am not only tonight's valedictorian, but also this year's class president. I've been attending Desert since my freshman year when my family moved to California because of my father's retirement from the military. The first day at a new school was, as you all may already know, anxiety-inducing. At first, I spent my classes with total strangers. I roamed the exotic, unfamiliar campus without any destination. And I usually ate by myself since I didn't have a clique to fit into yet. But after adjusting to the new school with its art-decorated hallways made by previous students, I met some of the greatest people, both faculty and students. The Desert faculty are amazing people who helped boost student morale and have done everything in their power to give the students the best education and experience that could be offered. Likewise, the students are wonderful, diligent workers who strive not only to achieve success, but to also better themselves as people. Being able to get to know such a diverse school body and develop deep relationships with them has been a valuable experience and one that I hope persists for the many years to come. Of course, there were a lot of challenges these past 4 years that threatened this idyllic life. But instead of letting it ruin our high school experience, we persevered through and finished this era of our lives with wonderful memories. We had several dances throughout the years, including our homecoming dances and our prom dances. We had several pep rallies that boosted our school spirit. In fact, I still remember my first pep rally here at Desert, in which I was able to witness Mr. Spitzer's beautiful basketball skills. And we even had a spectacular grad night at Universal Studios this year. It feels like we had these events just yesterday, but now there'll be a nostalgic memory after tonight. It's a conflicting feeling to know that we don't have to worry about high school next year. Like a baby bird leaving its nest for the first time and flying in the open air. It's exhilarating to be free, to go where we want. But it's also nerve-wracking, since the bird must now fend for itself. What will it do now that its mother won't be able to provide for it? Of course, these are all natural feelings. We should be happy knowing we can do anything without restrictions, and we should be anxious knowing we will be held responsible for those actions. The future holds many possibilities for us, and it's up to us to choose which possibility we want. In fact, some of you are already working towards those desired futures. Some of you are going to community college to work your way up to a state college, and some of you are going out of state. Whatever future you're working towards, may the outcomes be in your favor. I wish the best of luck to all of you, but I don't think you really need it, because you all have proven to me that hard work can get you anywhere in life just by being here tonight, ready to walk across the stage and accept your diploma. Thank you all for listening. I would now like to introduce our next speaker, my former English teacher and currently the Dean of Students, Mr. Spitzer.
So seniors, before we begin, it's not too often that I get to do faculty speeches, so I'd like to thank Owen and the senior class for this opportunity. I wrote it from the heart, and so I hope you guys enjoy it. All right, here we go. Graduates, on behalf of the Desert High School faculty, congratulations. Your determination and resilience over the last 4 years have brought you to this momentous occasion tonight, and we are all very proud of you. 18 years ago, as a member of the Norte Vista High School class of 2005, I sat where you sit now. Yes, I'm that old. Although I don't remember all that was said that night, I do remember what I felt. Excitement, relief, fear, dread. The weightlessness of endless opportunity and the weight of endless responsibility that comes with adulthood. In our society, graduation serves as a rite of passage. You entered here today as students, but you will leave tonight as graduates. Up until this point, most of your decisions have been made by the adults in your life. Your parents, guardians, teachers, yes, even by the Dean of Students. But after tonight, those decisions will be left largely up to you. Depending on how you look at it, that is an incredibly liberating idea. But it is also one that comes with some measure of dread. Will I make the right choice? Did I make the right choice? So I'd like to take this opportunity tonight to share 3 observations about life that I've made over the years. I hope that you find some wisdom in these words and that they help you with future decisions in your life. Observation number 1. In the world, there are destroyers and there are creators. Be a creator. I've come to realize that we have 2 choices in life: to be a destroyer or to be a creator. Do we want to destroy with our words or our actions, or do we want to create? Destruction is easy. Creation is hard. In this world, it's easy to be cynical. It's hard to be optimistic. In this world, it's easy to find problems. It's hard to find solutions. Destruction is seductive. We seem to be attracted to it, yet it offers no lasting pleasure. But creation brings fulfillment. Think about something in your life that you're proud of. You created it. You brought it into this world. You added something wonderful to this world. Seniors, I urge you to go into the world as creators. Build rather than tear down. Find solutions rather than problems. And be the positive force that we need in the world. Observation number 2, seize opportunities. Opportunities happen every day, and you never know what opportunity may come your way or when. But when it happens, don't be afraid. Today, my life is full, and I owe it all to a fateful decision that I made 10 years ago to teach at a place called Desert Junior Senior High School. At the time, it was difficult for me to say goodbye to the life that I had, friends, family, and the familiarity of what was my home. But here in the desert, I found a new home. For the last 10 years, I've made a promise to seize opportunities that come my way and don't be afraid. Because even if it doesn't work out the way that I thought it would, ultimately, I will have learned something more about myself and grown as a result. Seniors, don't be afraid to take a chance and learn something new about yourself. Observation number 3, learning never ends. You might be thinking, finally, school is over, which may be true, but not really. You see, learning never ends. Whether you decide to go to college, join the military, or jump into the workforce, wherever you go, you will need to keep learning. It wasn't so much English, math, science, or history that you spent these 4 years learning. It was how to be a student, how to learn. You may have heard the saying that life is not a destination, it's a journey. Well, the same can be said of learning. You will never reach the end of the destination. It is a rewarding journey that you will continue throughout the rest of your life. Seniors, never stop the pursuit of learning. And now we come to the end of my speech and soon the end of your high school journey. But every end is a new beginning. Class of 23, this may be the last time that we are all together here at Desert. Yet, that's what I was going for. Tone shift. Yet, wherever our lives take us, we will always be connected to this place. Whether you were a Scorpion for 1 year or for many years, we will always be connected. Once a Scorpion, always a Scorpion. Congratulations, my friends.
Before I present the class of 2023 to our superintendent, I have a few words that I hope will spark introspection and inspiration in our graduates. After 13 years of intellectual, emotional, and spiritual growth, you have navigated yourselves through a journey that both culminates and renews itself today. It has been an amazing journey, one that has allowed you to fulfill the promise of achievement that you have possessed from the beginning and are today collecting on. As I said a moment ago, you have reached both the culmination and renewal of your life's journey. Perhaps better stated, today you turn the page on one chapter of your life's manuscript, only to begin to pen the newest chapter. While you will still enjoy the advice and guidance of parents, friends, and in some cases teachers, this next part of your journey will take you to places you choose to go, with outcomes you have designed on your own. Because today you have earned the right, and more importantly, you have proven to yourselves and to all of us that you are worthy to be called graduates. As you embark on this new chapter of your life, I challenge you to always strive to do 3 things. They're simple. Continue to remember with reverence those who love and cherish you. Never forget the sacrifices of the people who put you in the place you are today, the position that you enjoy. As a parent myself, I can tell you that even when my sons have stumbled, they continue to make me proud because they continue to persevere. As a parent, my greatest hope for my sons is that they will both enjoy greater success in their lives than I have enjoyed in mine. Desert graduates, let me assure you that your parents have the same aspirations for you. Second, continue to grow as a person from an intellectual, emotional, and spiritual perspective. Never allow your thirst for knowledge to be quenched. Never allow the emotion of the moment to cloud your judgment with regard to what is right and wrong. Always seek to nurture your spirit with the things that allow you to feel safe and secure in the person you will become in the days ahead. My third challenge, lead a life of purpose. To continue to fill the pages of your life's manuscript with your hopes, your dreams, and your aspirations. To celebrate the good times, learn from the tough times, but at all times be true to yourself and your beliefs. On behalf of the staff of Desert Junior Senior High School, please allow me to thank all the parents and loved ones who are here tonight. You've trusted us with your most prized possession and allowed us to be an integral part of their lives. And more importantly, you've allowed us to be a part of a truly special day. Finally, it is my great pleasure to congratulate the Desert High School senior class of 2023. May God bless you and keep your path lit so that you may never have to take a step into darkness. So at this time, it's my distinct pleasure and privilege and honor to introduce our commencement speaker. He is an integral part as an outside partner with our Airframe and Power Plant program. And those of you who are familiar with that program, you know that's probably the prized program on the site right now. Without him, I'm not so sure we've been able to do some of the things that we've done. Certainly without Mr. Kirkley, that would be true. But Foster Stanback has allowed us to go places that I'm not so sure we would have been able to ascend to as quickly, and in part because of him and the work of a lot of people throughout the district. Next year, we'll be offering a rocketry class as well. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Foster Stanback.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank your principal, Ed Campbell, Cynthia Walker, Kevin Cortez, and Mike Kirkley for giving me this amazing opportunity to speak to all of you today. It is a real honor, and I truly mean that. And congratulations to all of you graduates. You made it. You did it. So good job. For me, it is such a privilege to come up here to this place, and I can't imagine what it was like for all of you guys to grow up here, go to school where all of this world-changing history occurred, breaking the sound barrier, Neil Armstrong flying in the X-15 to train for the Apollo program. I mean, this is hallowed ground here at Edwards Air Force Base. I went to high school in a boring little town in North Carolina, so it was just amazing to come up here for the first time. And I didn't know how long it was going to take me driving up from LA. I knew it would be a trek. And so I left with plenty of time. I got here early. I came in the North Gate, which I found out is a mistake. You go way out of your way. But anyway, I get there. I'm about an hour early. I'm waiting for Cynthia Walker to meet me at the guard gate, and she's going to bring me in, and we're going to talk about the rocketry program. So I pull up. I'm about a quarter of a mile away from the gate, and I think, okay, well, I'll just pull over here and wait for a little bit. And, you know, I don't want to bother Cynthia right now. And I park, and I'm playing around with my iPhone, checking email. And I just thought, you know, I'm the only one out here, and there are no other cars around. There's just that guard gate. And, I mean, that must be a little weird, huh? What's this guy in that gray Jeep doing parked out there? And was he spying on us or something? Is this guy a terrorist? I mean, what's he doing? So I'm starting to get more and more uncomfortable just sitting there. And then all of a sudden, boom! What the heck? They just fired an artillery shell at me. That'll get rid of him. And I went, oh, wait a minute. I'm at Edwards Air Force Base. That was a sonic boom. That was the first time I'd ever heard one of those. It was pretty cool. But it did spook me, and I went on in and checked in early and went to the meeting. Got to hear a few more of those during the day. So I got two stories for you guys this afternoon. First is Hugo Villafana. My brother-in-law was a math teacher at Anaheim High School. And one day he called me up and said, "Hey, Foster, can you help me out here? I got this kid. I've never had anybody like him in 25 years of teaching. I mean, this kid, straight A student, he's acing my math class, and he still comes over every afternoon for more help, wants to learn more, wants me to show him new problems. But he comes up from Mexico, grew up in a little town there. He's got his green card, has no idea how to go to college. He's graduating this year. And I know you've got connections in aerospace. I mean, could you help him and talk to him about what he needs to do to get into college? And maybe take him for an airplane ride. I fly planes. I said, sure, have him give me a call, and I'll take him for a plane ride, and we'll talk. And so Hugo gives me a call. I take him for a little aerial tour of Los Angeles. We fly over the Queen Mary and the ocean and bring him back in. And I sat down with him and said, all right, so Hugo, what do you want to do with your life? Well, I really want to go to college. And okay, what do you want to study? I want to study aerospace engineering. And I want to work for NASA. Well, boy, that's quite a dream. I mean, he grew up in a little town in Mexico, on a farm, no less. So that was his upbringing. Finally moved up to Anaheim with his family. Yeah, the whole family's living in this little apartment in Anaheim. No money, no idea how to even apply to college up here. And I said, all right, I'll tell you what, Hugo, why don't we get you started at the community college? Come on down to Orange Coast College. I teach there. And so met with him and told him how to apply. It's pretty easy to apply. I mean, you're going to get in if you go through the paperwork, and it's just one page you fill out. Next day, you're accepted. So Hugo got accepted. All right, now you got to pick your classes. So I meet him at the library. Guess what? All the classes are taken up. And we found two, metallurgy and electronics. I figured, wow, that's pretty good for an engineer. Hugo, why don't you take metallurgy and electronics? He said, sure, sounds good to me. And helped him get the books. And I said, now, Hugo, look, you're going to have to bust your butt. You've got to make A's because you're going to need to get a scholarship to get your college paid for. If you want to be an engineer and you want to work for NASA, you're going to need your 4-year degree. So the key to that is to do really, really well here at the 2-year college, and then you'll transfer. So off he goes. A year later, I check on Hugo, straight A's, Math Honor Society. I said, all right, I'll tell you what, Hugo, let me talk to somebody. Maybe we can get you an internship at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory. So I talked to Charles Alachi, who was directing the Jet Propulsion Laboratory at that time down in Pasadena. And he says, all right, give me his name and contact information. So Hugo gets a job at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, an internship, working all summer on ion propulsion systems. And that sounds like something from Star Trek, but they're really cool rocket engines that go really, really fast, even faster than the Saturn V that took Apollo to the moon. It just takes a long time to build up the speed. But anyway, he got to work on this. This is the cutting edge of rocket propulsion. So goes back, finishes up at Orange Coast College. Well, now he's got to get in the 4-year college. Well, no money. So I introduced him to some people in the Hispanic Alumni Association, and they interview him. They, well, your grades are pretty good. Hugo gets a full ride to USC to study aerospace engineering. He finishes his degree, and then I find out a little bit later, Hugo gets a full-time job at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, working for NASA as a rocket scientist. Also started on his master's degree in aerospace engineering at USC as well. So he worked his butt off, and he had a dream. And even though it seemed absolutely impossible, Hugo would not quit, and he did it. And he's down there now. Pretty amazing story. Now, I know some of you in this audience, I'm just going to venture a guess, and some of you might be thinking, okay, you know, that's great for Hugo. But you know what? I'm not graduating magna cum laude or summa cum laude today. I'm graduating thank the laude today. And, you know, school was never my thing. Yeah, I made it, and I'm done. Now, look, I'm willing to work hard. But, you know, nobody's going to give me a full ride scholarship. And you know what? Even if they did, I don't want it. College that's not for me. I want to do something else. Second story. Luke Stanback. Yeah, that's my son. Luke hated school. I mean, from the get-go, hated school. It got so bad that we had to pull him out. We had to homeschool him. Guess who got to teach him? This guy. And I was not a very good high school teacher. You know, I can deal with the community college, but yeah, it was rough, let me tell you. And we had this curriculum we're following. It's all online. And so, you know, I'd have to sit there in my office. All right, Luke, today you got to write an essay. Well, I'm not writing an essay, buddy, you got to. It's part of the requirement. You're not going to pass. I'm not doing it. Well, yeah, you are doing it. And I blocked the door and sat there. And, you know, finally, he's, all right, give me the pen and paper. He writes an essay out. He was not going to win any Pulitzer Prize for this thing. But he did it. I let him out. I won the battle, but I lost the war. He still hated school to the very end. So he got his diploma, finished high school. And then what? What are you going to do, buddy? I'm going to be a professional video game player. Are you now? Well, who's going to pay you to do that? Oh, no, they make millions. Really? Well, like who pays you for that? Oh, they're sponsors. And well, what rank do you have to be? Well, you know, you got to be like in the top 10. Well, what rank are you? I'm 600 in the world. 600. Now, he played a lot of video games. He did do that. And when he was real little, yeah, we could kind of control it a little bit. I bought every single crazy device with timers on it to shut him off and limit him to 2 hours. And I actually just found this out a couple months ago. He was laughing. Dad, I hacked every one of those devices that you put me on. So anyway, he's playing video games. You know, finally, I got to go to bed. I can't police this thing. And I, you know, go to bed and, you know, he'd hack the device and just stay up and play video games all night. Now, he said he was coding too, and, yeah, I wasn't real convinced. But anyway, so there he goes. He's living at home after graduation, playing video games up all night. 2 years he spent doing that. And he finally started to see, you know, I'm probably not going to be number one in the world in these video game tournaments. And then one day he comes and tells me, hey, Dad, I just did a job interview. Really? Who with? Activision. Who's Activision? Well, they make this game called Call of Duty, which is like the number one video game in the world. How'd it go? Oh, it went pretty well. The guy liked me. He said he liked it that I played video games. I knew the video games. I told him I knew how to code, and of course I competed, and so it went really well. And he's got me set up for another interview, really, and in a couple weeks. And what are they going to do in that interview? They're going to give me a coding test. And I'm thinking, oh no, here we go. And so well, how did you even learn how to code? I never saw any coding books lying around. Oh, I learned on YouTube. You learned how to code on YouTube, and some video game company is going to hire you. Anyway, okay, let's see. 2 weeks later, he takes the coding test. He passes. And I said, did you get the job? Well, I've got one more meeting, one more interview. I got to meet the team and make sure they like me. And so he does, and he gets the job. And he is loving it. I mean, that Activision, anybody play, I'm sure you guys play Call of Duty. I mean, they take care of you. I mean, they like, you could order, I don't know if you can get it on but Postmates or Uber Eats, and you know, you can sit there and work and then just order your food in. They pay for it. They rented out the whole theater to watch the James Bond movie, the last one that came out. I mean, they just give you all these perks and all kinds of money as well, big bonus. And so in my aviation guy, I mean, this is amazing. And I'm telling my students about this down at Orange Coast College, and these are my commercial pilot students. And I tell them, look, guys, get your degree, but you got to learn a skill. Learn a skill. Like, listen to my son, Luke. Here's what happened. And you know what? They just gave him a promotion. He's a supervisor now. And he invented this thing. It's some kind of like this grenade, and you throw it up and it sticks on the ceiling and like drills a hole and blows up the bad guys on the next floor. And all the students are all wide-eyed and, no way, your son invented the drill charge? Oh, was that what it's called? And so all of a sudden my son is a rock star with these guys, and I'm not so cool, as the commercial pilot instructor. But anyway, Luke did really well, even though it seemed very, very hopeless. And there are always some of us, and school is great, and we do well, and we can get scholarships, and we can pursue our dreams. But even if it isn't, and you're willing to work hard, and you have a dream, and you are willing to relentlessly pursue it and not quit, the future is bright as well. So I know that you guys probably fall into both of those camps. So I'll leave you with just work hard, never give up on your dreams until you see them realized. So congratulations again, and good luck, and thank you.
I was thinking about what Mr. Spitzer said in his speech about graduating, 16 years ago, 18 years ago? Yeah, I'd have to add a few numbers onto that to get when I graduated, I think. Internet wasn't even in the vocabulary back then. Call of Duty, what? It is a different world. So now, of course, we have another speech right now. No, we're done with that. We have the comedy team of Cordes and Campbell for the next couple of moments. Mr. Cordes, would you please join me? We are at the presentation of the class. Now I would like to invite our superintendent up and present him these amazing Desert Junior Senior High School students for graduation. Will the candidates please stand? Thank you for coming, ladies and gentlemen. That's the end of the show. See, this is what happens when I miss practice. I had to go hang out with a student yesterday in Bakersfield, Kevin McCarthy Awards winner. Mr. Owen Cacao, by the way. Can we get serious now? I mean, this is it. This is it. We're anyway, okay. Mr. Superintendent, I present to you the members of the class of 2023, and I do declare that these candidates have met all the requirements for graduation as mandated by the state of California and the Muroc Joint Unified School District Board policy.
I am the only thing that stands between you and the diploma now. Now, real quick, just for a second, there are some very seminal moments in education. This is one of those days. This is a day when we take a lot of photographs. Another huge day, though, is the first day. And there are a number of you that were here at Edwards at Branch Elementary School on the first day. And I remember the first day because I was there on the first day. And I remember having to tell your parents to finally go home. They came early, everybody stood outside on the blacktop taking pictures, and everybody's excited. Then you got taken into your class, Mrs. Kennett or Keene, whoever it was, and you get in there. And then I get on the loudspeaker and I say, thank you, parents, for coming. School needs to start. Please wait 5 minutes and then go home. Then I wait 15 minutes and I get back on the loudspeaker again and I inform parents they need to go. It wasn't missed on me today when I went out to the foyer just to see how things were progressing and I saw all of these people standing outside anxiously waiting to get to you. So 13 years ago, they couldn't leave you, and today they couldn't wait to get to you. That is a testament of those that have been around you your whole lives and those that have willingly been inconvenienced for you. And that's adulthood, and that's what you're entering, is the world of inconvenience. And the people that master this are the ones that choose when they're going to be inconvenienced. So, one quick example. Those of you heading off to further education time, when it's Friday night and you have a giant paper that's due and everybody else is at a party or doing something super fun and you just haven't written the paper yet, do yourself a favor and get inconvenienced and just write the paper. Otherwise, you're going to cobble together 3 part-time jobs when you're 45 years old and try to figure out how to pay the bills, and you'll be way more inconvenienced. Or, if you're going to stay up and play video games for 2 hours or for 2 years, you better make sure that you know Activision. That's what I've learned. You are a tremendous group of humans. I love you guys. We will genuinely miss you. You're a great senior class, by the way. You have been a phenomenal class as you've come through. So to that end, let's keep going. Under the authority vested in me by the state of California and the Muroc Joint Unified School District Board of Education, I hereby acknowledge that these students have completed all requirements as mandated by the state of California and the Muroc Joint Unified School District Board policy, and I accept this graduating class. Congratulations. Now wait, one last thing. I got to embarrass poor Mr. Campbell for a second. I would just like to take a moment to thank Mr. Campbell. He has accepted a new position. He's going to be a superintendent up in Lone Pine, and he will not be able to come back next year, but we want to thank him for his 2 years of dedicated service. This doesn't happen without him. Thank you, Mr. Campbell. I miss you.
Yeah, he only said that because he knew I wasn't going to say anything about it. I said what I had to say in the newsletter this week, and that was because tonight's about them. It's about them, and that's the way that's what I believe in my heart of hearts. It's about them, and it's about your ability to celebrate with them. You got him here. Presentation of the diplomas, you know what that means. Here we go. We have come to the moment everyone has been waiting for. Another speech, no. The presentation of the diplomas. I now invite Mrs. Riddle and Mr. Spitzer for the awarding of the diplomas for the graduating class of 2023. Everybody may sit except the back row. That's how you had them do it? Yeah. Back row, you all have been standing. Okay, you know what's going to happen next. I'd know if I'd been in practice. It's all you guys. It's all yours, guys.
Yeah. There's Liberty. There's a lot. Maya Smith. Riley Scoville. Ethan Dobler. Nathan Reagan. Mateo Lucio. Jacob Butler. Ayana Walling. Callie Males. Gentry Hickson. Traden Overman. Jaden Waldron. Cadence Tate. Doja Torres. Gabe Guzman. Caden Connor. Ryan Burka. Dustin Davies. Jack Ellison. Seth Young. Robert Forbes. Derek Panglinen. Maria Laron. Cassidy Anderson. Isabella El Monte. Caden White. Jasmine Davis. Autumn Bowling. Angelina Mendoza. Carter Scarberry. Elijah Akonde. Isaiah Anderson. Trent Burton. Alexander Warfield. Sam Petaway. Gavin Mumpower. Caden Cooksey. Gwen Ellis. Maribel Duran. Luisa Ramirez. Cecilia Wary. Zaria Williams. Braden Hawley. Jaron Garner. Colin Irving. Brina Cordova. Marvin Miller Jr. Cesar Rojas. Augustine Barbalace. Lydia Martin. Alex Hemiel. Sawyer Mancino. Asher Hughes. Kenzie Edwards. Magdalena Shaw. Tyler Matherin. Jacob Ignacio. Evan Medina. Leaf Hansen. Owen Kakal. Congratulations.
At this time, I would like to invite Owen Kakal to the podium for the turning of the tassels.
Graduates, please stand. Please grasp your tassel and turn it to the left. Graduates, please be seated.
Thank you, Owen. Seniors, as you celebrate your accomplishments tonight, please be safe. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes tonight's ceremony. The graduates will exit on the sides of the stage and exit through the doors you all entered from. Please meet your graduates out in front. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain in your seats until all the graduates have exited the auditorium. Thank you for coming and safe travels. Graduates, please stand. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2023. Do it, baby!